There's something I want to correct. Are you among those who keep saying that teaching hospital is not a place you should take your relative to or a place you can bring your loved one? Okay, why I'm bringing up this thing here is because I once had a conversation with somebody and the person told me that no matter how bad her relative or her loved one is, that she will never and never bring her loved one to teaching hospital. Then I asked her why, what is the problem? She said that it's noticed, it's everywhere. People have this opinion, belief, mindset that every patient that comes to teaching hospital end up dying. They are teaching us that all we are good at is sending cops to their families. Initially, I was taken unawares and I was like, why would you make such kind of statement or sentence? Then she said because her dad died here, her mom died in teaching, then some of their friends too died. Then I asked her a question. When your dad was sick, where did you take him to? What was the condition of the illness? She narrated to me and she said, um, though she was narrating. So when I asked her, she said it's not really because of her parents' own, that people says the same thing, that they don't care. And I told her, okay, let me give you a scenario because you don't want to be honest with me. How you took care of your father? We had the patients. The boy had fracture of the thigh, and the mother came in from wherever she was coming from. So in the history taking, she was asked, how long has this illness been? You said it's fracture, that he fell from a height and he's been managed. So can we have the history? She said, okay, for the past 2 years that the boy had a fall and the leg started swelling. They took him to local bone massagers and they were trying to fix the bone, but at some point the bone, the particular thigh, the area started swelling, and they thought maybe it's something they could use, no other herbal medicine. So in the process, it was 2 years illness. They used herbal medicine in that 2 years. They used all sorts of concussion plus the one the child drank. And finally, she said like a month ago, they went to a private hospital where the private admitted them. The child was, they placed oxygen for the child. The baby was critical. The private even tried and tried and did something that they spent 3 days in private and they paid 200 and something thousand. I was like, I don't know what people did. I don't know if private people went to. But this is teaching us to. So he started dragging back and forth. This is just barely 2 weeks. She was in teaching hospital. She was demanding for discharge. Reason being that she was lamenting since she has been in the hospital that nothing has been done on her child, that she's not seen any improvement, that she thought the way they talk about teaching, that they have the best doctors, they have specialists, that she was thinking if she comes, no bia, magic, that they will do a magic on. As in, she was saying that she was thinking that when she comes, within 2 weeks, the child will be fine. And I told her, but madam, you just came in barely 2 weeks. You're still trying to sort out the investigation. Do you think you can just bring a child and they start managing from what the privates referred to as the referral? No, they have to do some investigations to know where to hold on to. That one, you're not even paying because all your problem has been you don't have the money, you've been complaining. But in this process of 2 weeks care, the doctors raised money to pay for the investigations. The nurses raised money to pay for some of the drugs your child is taking. Why the social workers are also involved in it. Like I said, the social workers were even involved. This is like a unit in the hospital. They solicit for funds, they tax themselves sometimes, and when philanthropists comes into the hospital environment, they meet them and raise funds for those who are in need. So the social workers were involved in this care. So there was literally nothing she should be worried about. Financially, it was covered. So the woman kept saying she's not seeing anything, no improvement. A child that was on oxygen dependent came into teaching. Few days, there was slight improvement. We weaned him off oxygen. Biopsy was done, waiting for the result because they were querying cancer. But the woman kept insisting that 2 weeks have been here. Nothing is happening here. If people want me to carry my child's corpse, the dead body, want to take my child dead or the corpse home. So it's, in fact, she had to create scene in the ward. She had to create scene in the unit. The doctors came, they cancelled her. She said she wasn't going to stay. The nurses were pleading, madam, please stay. Everybody is willing to care for your child. The social worker said, are we not bringing money? We've been bringing money. Each time there is a fund from the philanthropist, we come to you. The woman said no, she wants to go. Okay. After much persuasion, counseling, giving her the pros and cons, she said she wanted to go. They gave her DAMA form to sign. That's discharge against medical advice. She signed the form. That form is like a legal backing. In case anything happens to your child when you get home, or anything happens to your child on your way going home, you don't have to come back and hold the hospital accountable or liable for your child's sudden death because you signed against medical advice. So she signed the form and took her child home. So why am I saying this? I'm saying this because some people have this notion that teaching hospital is an environment where patients come in and die. But no, it's an environment. It's a tertiary institution because it's the final resort of referral. It's the final stage of referral. So all the whole babris and jobris and worst cases, chronic cases, are being referred to teaching. Yes, we all know that private doesn't want to have a record of death cases every time they say, oh, this particular private hospital, and people keep dying there. Nobody wants to have such kind of record. So what they do is that each time they have an admission, they know it's critical. Some of them will accept the patient. Instead of referring immediately, they will accept the patient and, okay, like she said, she spent 3 days and she paid 200,000. I don't know what she paid for each was line, I don't know. But they will accept and refer. And most times, when these patients come to teaching, they come in the final stage, the most critical stage of their life, after they have consumed herbal medicine, after they have destroyed their organs, after they have delayed medical attention. They now come down here at the worst stage of their life and expecting miracle to be done. No, now things are not done that way now. Things are not done that way. Eh? I'm just trying to create this. Just need to understand that this environment is where you have where specialized doctors, qualified nurses, qualified staffs, a team of medical practitioners that come together to manage patients. Do you understand? If it's a case of cancer, you have the oncologist. If it's a case of female reproductive organ, you have the obstetrics, the O&G doctors. If it's a case of maybe children related, you have the pediatrics. Not in a place where people go, one doctor manages the whole sickness. I know some private that does that. In a private, you go, the doctor does CS. When there's a case of cancer, the same doctor manages cancer. When there is a case of children, the same doctor is pediatric. Yeah, I'm not disputing or disqualifying anybody. They all have their own knowledge and their own experiences, you get. But I bet you, teaching hospital is an environment you get the quality care. Seriously speaking, I work there and I'm telling you that is where you can get the best care because we are used to seeing the most dirtiest cases, the most rejected cases, but we try our best to revive the patients. So I'm saying to all my teaching hospital staff, don't mind what people are saying about you guys. Keep doing your work. Keep being who you are. And the core value has always been selfless service. Yeah. We work, we smile, we care for our patients. Please, people out there, do not discourage your relatives, your loved ones, not to come to teaching hospital. Please feel free when you notice there's any symptom, the earliest time is the best. Quicker the intervention, the best results. So forget that notion and don't be a stereotype. Okay? Bye for now.